Zdravo svima.
Zdravo svima I dobar dan, because
Dobar dan.
it's afternoon.
Yes, it is 5:30 p.m. here.
Exactly. So I am not drinking coffee.
I'm having an afternoon coffee because coffee doesn't affect me when it comes
Oh,
to sleep.
that's really nice. You're staying true to our Bonjour Kafa podcast.
Yes, but you are staying true to our episode today with your
Exactly.
lovely T-shirt with a links on it.
There you go. So people who don't watch us on YouTube, go and watch us, because you
Look
can
at that
see
fancy
my.
T-shirt.
Look at it. It's links from
So
Germany.
cute.
I love cats, so that's my.
That's why
favorite shirt.
we wanted this episode about animal words, animal idioms, animal related words.
Yeah.
In Serbian.
Yeah, so it's not just going to be like vocabulary, like this is this animal, this is that animal. Actually, I think I've done that on my Patreon, but we're going to talk.
Yeah, and I also did a quiz on animals once on Instagram. So guys, if you want to do that, go to our page and you will see the in the highlights, you will see the quiz.
I forgot about that.
It was months ago.
Okay. So we're going to talk about like the use of because we are in Serbia surrounded by animals as everywhere else in the world, but to kind of see how we look at animals through idioms, through proverbs actually, I think. Proverbs, it's actually proverbs and proverbs, I think, but proverb is more like a British way of saying it, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me.
A follower actually sent us an email when we did that episode.
Yeah,
a native speaker. So I will send that message to you.
Okay. This is not how you say it. Look at this.
She was very productive.
So yeah, I think that's gonna like by using proverbs and idioms, then you're also actually gonna learn a lot about how we look at the world, the culture. Yeah.
So first thing, my impression when I came here, it was you love animals, especially dogs here in Serbia.
Oh, really? I mean, we do love animals, and tell me why.
I don't know. I think you guys like have this, I don't know, empathy for animals. I've checked that even in Kruševac we have a couple of sanctuaries, like sanctuaries, shelters for animals. So even that shows to me, because in small places in Turkey, we don't have shelters for animals. I mean, people respect and feed the animals on the street in Turkey, which is very nice, but having shelters, having volunteers looking after them happens only in the big cities.
So I would say that, I don't know in smaller cities. I mean, my town is pretty small, actually. So 70,000. We definitely have like some volunteers, as far as I know. And so I would say that first of all, yes, we love animals, but we still have, towards dogs, we still have a bit of like this traditional, some of us, this traditional like dog is like, has a purpose. It like keeps.
Serves.
Yeah, it serves in a sense, like it's, there to be, what I want to say, the kind of like the security guy, like keeping everything in check. And like also with animals, if you have like cattle and so on, then that's like your helper, so something like that. But I think we're becoming, of course, a bit more westernized with this kind of like dog is your friend,
with the new mentality there.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And we have like a lot of stray dogs. At least we used to have a lot of stray dogs and cats. Just now we're starting to kind of like remedy these things and trying to regulate things. But yeah. And
so yeah, what animals can we see in Serbia was the question.
What animals can we see? I think this really depends on where you are. When I was younger, my grandparents were living on a farm and like in a village. So in the village, obviously, like there's animals everywhere, right? So there's like, I saw like pigs all the time and cows and sheep and Goats, not as much for some reason. I don't know, but it's not that we don't have them. I'm just saying, like in my context, and like geese and also ducks, not that much for some reason. But then in Zrenjanin, in the town where I was, it's like mostly like these domestic animals, like dog and cat, and also swans somewhere. Yeah, we can see them. Birds.
Yeah. But wait, did you count crows?
Oh yes, birds, right? So
But crows especially. When my brother and sister came here, they were shocked to see that many crows in the parks. Because in Turkey you have lots of different birds like sparrows, even parrots, smaller birds. But here crows are very dominant.
Oh, I didn't notice that. But of course,
imagine a park in your city. I don't know, maybe in your city it's different, but in
pigeons.
the south, pigeons are more.
Oh, I had a feeling that in the north there were more pigeons. That then, do you say crow or crow? Crow. I don't know.
Crow.
I don't know. Raven.
Raven.
Ravens, although they're different. And then sparrows, of course, definitely sparrows. Like, and then storks. That's also something. True. So near my city, there's this. It's not a pond, but it's like this big kind of pond. Let's say Carska Bara, and there's a lot of like birds and just biodiversity over there. So that's really cool. So I was surrounded by that, and we would always see, not always, but whenever you would see a stork, you would be like, whoa, this thing, and when you see their nest,
they make this huge nest. That's true. Okay, so seeing all these animals, of course we have lots of sayings or idioms using animals, right?
Yes, I wrote down first. I didn't know if you wanted to go in that direction, but they were so prevalent, like these examples of comparison, right? I think it's called parable. I don't know how parable.
Parable, I guess.
Parabola, I think in Serbian, that's how we say it. So basically, someone is like something. Someone is like some animal, right? So you would use quite a lot of that in Serbian, and I'm pretty sure also in Turkish, right?
Yeah, in all languages, you look at the animals and then you see the common features, and then you start describing or comparing yourself to them.
So a lot of these
some of them are good, some of them are bad, right?
Of course. And a lot of these are going to be also probably like not generalized, but like a lot of the other countries or like languages are going to have the same things, right? So some of them were like we'll see. Some of them are similar and some of them are different. So, and through this way, you're going to learn about Serbian a bit. Okay.
Of course, I think when we had another episode about animals, we talked about, wolf, right? It was wolf.
Wolf is a really big, for some reason, like a really big deal in our area. Like they're like strength and fearlessness and
but when I check the list, you don't have anything with the Vuk yet.
Maybe we do, but I can't really think of anything right now on top of my head. But I do know that when people name their kids, like their son Vuk or Vukašin, they used to do that before to protect them from evil, because like Vuk is like this powerful animal, right? Like fearless. So you're going to be protected from the other influences.
Vukaši is also a name?
Vukašin
from boys, girls?
For a guy, yeah. Vukašin or Vuk is also,
Okay, which animals come to your mind?
Well, the very general one is fox. When you think about this fox, the fox has to be very cunning, right? Like very smart, very like cheeky in a way, So we say cunning as a fox, which is lukav, kao lisica. And lisica.
Lisica. Okay.
And lisica is the feminine form. So by default, we use the feminine form. Although there's a masculine form as well.
But for the
Lisac, I think.
smartness, we use female version.
You see, this is always going to be like, this is not smart. This is cunning. This is not like a good person. This is how women are. No, well, I think it's just like first animals, we have like sometimes, you know, some gender is always used by default. But yeah, Lisica in this case is feminine.
So in all these examples, we will hear kao. Kao means as, right?
Yeah.
In Serbian. And do you also say ko while speaking?
Yes.
I heard that.
Yes, you can. So in that way, you would write down K and then apostrophe and then O, as far as I remember.
Yeah, this is how I saw as well in the comments on Instagram.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, because I made a mistake with something else before and people were on me. But I think ko is because you're missing a vowel, right? So you need something to kind of replace it.
All right. So look how kao Lisica is in our package. Next one.
Dog. Faithful as a dog. Veran kao pas.
Veran. That sounds masculine. Do we say verna kao pas as well or not?
Oh, because pas is masculine, right?
Okay. Even if you're talking about a woman, you would still say veran kao pas.
Ona je verna kao pas, maybe. Verna kao pas, I think. Yeah, in that case, you would. Okay. Yeah, I think you can.
I got it. Oh.
Do you know, like, you know, in English, when they say dog and then the female is bitch, right? And then you're like, oh, is this naughty word? It's the same in Serbian, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So we have pas. And then the feminine version is kuchka.
Completely different.
Yeah, kuchka. And it also means like, it exactly means like a bitch. Like exactly. Because it's exactly like the female version and also means the same insult.
Wow.
So just use pas.
Okay. Veran kao pas.
Yes. Okay. And a horse is strong, right?
Konj was horse.
How do you say strong?
Jak.
Yes. Jak kao konj.
Jak kao konj. And konj is the masculine version, I guess. Do you have female for horse?
Kobila.
Kobila. Oh. Again, different.
And even if you get to like babies, don't even bother with that right now.
Okay. I'm not asking that.
No. Okay.
Jak kao konj.
Jak kao konj. Stubborn as a donkey.
Donkey was nice. Magarac.
Yeah, magarac. Tvrdoglav kao magarac.
Tvrdoglav.
You know, this is how my boyfriend. Yeah, that's how my boyfriend calls me. This is one of the rare words he learned in Serbian. He's like, "You're so stubborn," and then he tells me "tvrdoglava."
Oh, tvrdoglava, kao magarac.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
People don't use that on me. Okay, then heavy as an elephant.
Yeah, elephant was funny when I first learned it. Slon, completely different word.
Completely. Do you know how you say heavy?
Heavy, težak.
Težak. Težak kao slon.
All right. And bee is a very like hardworking animal, respected by, I guess, everybody in every language. Bee is like hard work, the symbol of hardworking.
It could be busy or hardworking, but in this case, we say like hardworking or diligent as a bee, which would be, bee is feminine again, pčela, right?
Pčela.
Yeah, vredan kao pčela or vredna, right? If you're telling it to another person.
Vredna kao pleća. No, pčela.
Pleća. I love it. I live for these moments. Okay.
And that was interesting for me. Bee is yellow in Turkish, and in Serbian it's black.
Interesting. You know, when you wrote that down, I didn't know about it in the sense that I would never use it. But yeah, you can say that because they're like yellow, black, but some of them to me are like mostly black, you know, like you don't see a lot of yellow. Probably depends on the like type and so on.
Of course.
But yeah, you can say.
So you describe, for example, hair like crn kao pleća. No, pčela. Why do I say pleća? Pčela.
I think in this case you would just say for hair it will be you would have a special word for that, right? It would be specific for hair, crnokos or something like that. But maybe
what can be black as be? I was thinking of that.
That's actually what I was thinking, because I would never say to a person, "Oh, you're dark, like you're black as a bee."
Yeah.
So I think this is something that definitely we need to see what the meaning behind it is. But I think maybe it's a bit outdated. You would maybe say something like dark, like black as a charcoal or something like that. Maybe something like that, but not like pčela. I wouldn't use it, at least.
Not I can't even say pčela, so I will not use it.
Guys, yeah. Then fish, we forgot about fish, right?
Fish, riba, I can't forget, because it was like kind of calling to a girl, like riba, like
dobra riba.
Yeah.
Kakva dobra riba. Yes.
But in this sense, it's different.
Yes, because, you can't really hear a fish say anything or like make a sound. So then you would say he's like silent like a fish, or like he's keeping quiet like a fish. Čuti kao riba.
Čuti kao riba. Čuti is silent. Čuti.
So this is the third person singular for silent, to be to like stay silent. But it can also be used, I can tell you, like, shut up. Čuti.
Čuti. Be quiet.
Be quiet.
I see.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh.
And the one that you're wearing now, links. What is links in Serbian?
Ris.
Ris.
Ris. I like that word. I love it. So like short.
That r is strong, right? Ris.
Not necessarily. It can be, but not necessarily. We don't have difference between strong and weak, but you can accentuate it as much as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can say ris. It's fine, but you can say ris.
Okay.
Angry. Angry is
I think cute.
Well, this one is cute, right?
That's
right.
But
I think we had lynxes. How do you know that? I think we had them in Serbia. And exactly, and I think that's the reason why we have this connection to lynxes. Yeah. Ljut kao ris.
Ljut. Oh, my adjective. Ljut.
Yeah, ljut, which is like hot, spicy, but also like actually in this context is angry. So angry. Okay.
And from lynx to cat, from ris to mačka.
Right? Yeah. From a big cat to the small cat. I wrote down cuddly like a cat, but actually it's like he or she cuddles like a cat. So it's like a verb. Umiljava se kao mačka or ko mačka.
Umiljava se. That's a verb, not an adjective anymore. Right?
Yeah, that's a verb. Exactly. Or you can maybe say umiljat kao mačka. That's an adjective.
Okay.
Umiljat. That means like just like not only as cuddly, but it's mostly like the person just knows how to get close and how the other person should like I don't know, tame other people, maybe something like that, with being like flirty. A bit touchy.
Kao mačka. Mačka is also the female cat, right?
Yes, the male version would be mačor.
Yeah.
Or you can say mačak as well. But the most popular one is mačor, I think.
Okay.
I think mačak would mean like younger male cat, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know.
Yeah, mačka is good.
Mačka is fine. Also, yeah, dobra mačka.
Sexy.
Yeah, the same like fish. Dobra riba.
Before we continue with the show, here's a quick reminder. This podcast is free for everyone and supported by listeners like you. We hope that this podcast is useful and convenient to you. This is a labor of love for both of us. To help us continue creating useful content for everyone, we will appreciate your help. If you have the means, you can support us in different ways. You may just go to buymeacoffee.com/mozdekafa podcast and send us some cups of coffee. You may also become a member of our show on patreon.com/mozdekafa podcast and get extra benefits like bonus content, full transcripts of the show in Serbian, or even join us on the show. We rely on your support to help everyone more in learning Serbian language and culture. Thanks for joining us today, and now let's get back to our episode. Good. I actually wrote a phrase that I saw somewhere. Spretna si ko mačka.
Oh, where did you hear that?
I did some research.
Which makes sense. It means like you are, how would you translate
clean,
that?
organized, I guess, right?
No, actually, spretna means like you are, you know how cats, they can just like jump from one side to the other side, but they're always like, do things perfectly. You know what I mean? So they're not clumsy. So what is the opposite of clumsy?
Like sharp or
something like that. Yeah. So it's like
agile.
Agile. That's what I was thinking. Like anything you do is going to be flawless in a sense, you know. So spretna si.
I like that. And I have one more for you.
Tell me.
Spor si kao puž.
Slow as a snail. Yeah.
I say this to my husband when he runs.
Spor si kao puž.
Something new for me as well. Slow, sport.
Slow, sport, or spora for a girl. You know, it's interesting, but we wouldn't say like you're slow as a turtle. Like we wouldn't say that. It's definitely like, even though the turtle in my mind has this like slow kind of like movement, but still it would be push. Yeah,
that's good because you have lots of push around these days.
Everywhere we have. They were everywhere. Not always, but like
around this time especially.
You know, when I went to Croatia for like a couple of weeks to do some research, and it was raining one or two nights or something like that, and I went outside and they were all outside, and you know how they are, they all go outside and then cars just ran them over. So I spent like, while I was walking back, I was just like putting them away like from the road. Just used to that in Serbia as well.
Yeah, when I run in the mornings, I see them as well on the running trail, which is very dangerous for them. So I try to help them.
Yeah. Okay. These were parables, parable, whatever, parabole. I just don't know the English word. I think parable. I don't know.
Parable. Yeah, I checked that. I think it's parable too. So now idioms.
Now idioms.
More like sentences.
And I wrote down idioms and proverbs because sometimes it's like a very difficult, like a very thin line between the two. So I just put them together. So proverbs are poslovice.
Poslovice.
Poslovice. And idioms, I'm not quite sure. Idiomi, I don't know. Didn't really find it in like a translation.
Okay. So you definitely have one with the dogs.
Right? We have a lot with the dogs, right? Like
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You guys live together, so I expect it.
Yes. So there was one, a dog that barks doesn't bite. So pas koji laje. So you tell me if you have like any questions. Pas koji laje ne ujeda.
Ujeda.
Ujesti. To bite. Yeah.
Laje just reminded me of the movie.
Lajanje. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I know that. Pas koji laje ne ujeda.
And that basically means if you know someone who's like really big on words and they're like maybe like gossiping or telling you I'll do this and I'll do that, and usually they're just threatening. They're not like, they're not your real threat. The ones that are quiet are your real threat.
That means that. Okay, good to know.
Okay, so they just want to scare you away, right? They are not real threat. Then maybe I should first say it in Serbian and then in English.
Yeah. And
Would
then
you
I will
like
try to guess.
Okay. I don't know if you're gonna guess this one. Dok je ovaca, bit će i novaca.
Oatsa, I know because we did that. I mean, I put that in the quiz. Oatsa, sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And Noatsa is money.
Mm-hmm. And I said it in a very, very Vojvodian way.
Yeah,
Dok
you
je
were slow.
ovaca, bit će i novaca. Actually, is novaca, but novaca is like a way they would say it. Yeah, it means as long as there are sheep, there will be money. Tied into the way how we used to live, right? As long as you have like cattle and like someone who's giving you either like some dairy products or meat, you'll have money. So that was your biggest possession, right? If you have a cow or sheep, or
like a security,
goat,
like insurance for life.
Yeah, which I wish I had now because of inflation. But okay. Oh, this one is a good one. It's a kind of an idiom saying, okay, biti na konju.
To be on horse.
To be on a horse, yeah. And it basically means that like you're doing really well.
Really?
Like, yeah. So, because you're on a horse and you're like going and speeding, exactly. So if you say, for example, I can say, just finish that PhD and you'll be on the horse. Like just finish with that, get a degree, and then you'll be completely fine. You'll be doing well because you have, you finished this and you have your credentials. Let's say something like that. Just do that.
How do you say that? Like che, biti na konji?
I bićeš na konju.
Bićeš na konju.
Okay. That's a future form.
All right, nice.
This one is, again, I think in English you can find it. Žive kao pas I mačka.
Yes, žive is to live. Kao as, pas I mačka, like cat and dog.
Which is here, it's dog and cat, but I think in English it's reversed, right?
Yeah, that's true. So fighting all the time, like verbal fighting. Verbally fight.
This is really good now, I'm thinking, because you're going like step by step and you're analyzing, oh, we mentioned the cat, we mentioned the dog, this is the word, and then you think it's going to be really useful for the learners.
Hopefully.
Okay, this one is going to be...
This one was a little bit question mark for me. Like, what did they mean here?
I don't know the background for it, but I know the...
I don't want to learn the background, actually. Okay. I will tell you the translation, guys, first. Belittle someone's opinion, don't trust anyone, but tie your cat by the tail.
I think it's tie your cat by the tail or tie something on the tail. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, it's weird. And I think that was the reason for that to just like nonsensical, because the meaning is just don't trust that person. It doesn't make any sense what they're like saying, and don't trust their words and promises, And we say, veži ti to mačku o rep. So again, you have a cat.
That cat, right? To mačku.
Yeah, to is like, veži ti to mačku. That thing, actually. On a cat's tail or something like that. It's a bit difficult. That one is like a really difficult phrase.
Yeah.
But you might hear that. Vezati mačku o rep. Yeah.
As I expected, now we have something with wolf.
Yes, I forgot that we put something. I was like, yay. Vuk dlaku menja, ali čud nikada.
Vuk dlaku mijenja, ali čudi nikada.
This is a ekavica, the way we wrote it down, but I said it in an ekavica way. Menja instead of mijenja.
I see. Menja, mijenja. Which is fur.
What? Menja? No. Changes.
Changes?
Yeah.
Vuk dlaku. So dlaku is fur.
Yeah, so it's like the wolf fur changes. It's a very like flexible way of writing it.
I see. Ali čudi nikada. Čudi
Or čud.
or čud.
That's an old way to say it. And that basically means like your temper, your mood. Like you are who you are. And you can change your clothes, you can change your appearances, but inside you stay as you are.
I see. Let me say it one more time. Vuk dlaku mijenja, ali čudi kada.
The wolf changes its fur, but not the temper or the mood.
I see. Okay, good.
Another one with the dog.
Yes, let's do it.
I think I wrote that one like more because I think it's true. So it's gladan pas I na gazdu laje.
Gazdu.
Okay, let's identify what you know already.
Okay. Gladan is hungry. Gladan pas. Hungry dog. I na gazdu laje. Lie is to bark. Lajanje, lie.
Lajati.
Yeah. Na gazdu, no idea.
Gazda is the owner. So you can say, who's the owner of this restaurant? Who's the owner of this house? Actually, it's quite funny, but sometimes when if you don't have a bell in front, like in front of your doorstep or anything like that, then whoever's visiting you, or like a postman or someone, or maybe even your friend, they can just yell, Gazde, Gazde, like owners, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's a common thing to do. So Gazde is an owner.
Okay, so laje na gazda. Laje, I say, barking at the owner.
Yeah.
So the dog also barks at its owner?
And a hungry dog barks even at its owner.
I say.
Yeah, which is
even there, I guess.
In this case, it would be and even, you know, additionally or something like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Which is true. If you're not treating someone well, you know, then they can turn around, right?
Yeah. I wanted to share a couple of things.
Tell me.
In addressing people affectionately versus abusively. There is a research I found online.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But the important thing is jedna or jedan or jedno, like we use first and then the animal. Right? Jedna riba. Or I don't know. Can you give me the example? Like you are such a, or I will show
a good way or a bad way? What do you want?
Let's have the good way first.
Well, riba, yeah. Jedna riba.
Jedna riba. And I will try to find one. Gusko jedna glupava. This is the bad one.
That's true. Guska. Guska is a goose.
Yes. Gusko jedna glupava is stupid. So, you stupid goose, you say.
It's so funny, but it's true. It's because it's such an old way. Like nowadays, I feel like you use a lot of these swear words, which are like F you and I don't know, a-hole and so on. But before, like what I used to hear from my grandparents is so they would use like insults as like animals, gusko jedna, kokoško jedna, or stuff like that.
Yes.
So it's really hilarious. Yeah.
Pače jedno, for example.
Yeah, as well. Pače.
Like duckling.
Duckling. That's
duckling
cute.
One.
Patka pače, yeah, that's cute. What else?
I see
Slonu jedan.
What?
Slonu jedan.
Slonu jedan. Yeah, you elephant. That means you cat. You have it?
That means slon. Actually, what would it mean in this case? Slonu jedan. Yeah, it would be heavy.
Someone big, I guess. Yeah.
Like imagine someone steps on you or stuff like that. Slonu, like something like that.
Okay, so when you hear something jedan, they are calling someone in a bad way, addressing them.
Usually. Let me think. You can still use jedan with good things as well, but usually it can be.
If I say, oh, jedna mačka, mačka jedna, or jedna mačka.
You can say, ti si jedna mačka.
Ti si jedna mačka. You are such a cat. Like her.
Yes. It's weird, I know. Yeah. Si jedna
Okay,
riba.
so that you are one this, one something, right?
Mhm.
That we say. I think that's important because I heard that a couple of times.
Ja, gusko jedna, kokoška jedna, konju jedan,
Majmun jedna.
Majmune jedan, majmune. Yeah. I don't really use that one that much. But you also you can use kakav si or kakva si. Kakva si guska, kakva si kokoška. You're such a kakav is
how, which, right?
It's weird. It's like it has a different meaning in different contexts. But yeah, you can use that as well.
I will put that link in our description. Maybe people.
Yeah.
This research is about like how animals are used in addressing people in a good and bad way, and in a sexist way as well. Some
of course.
forms are used only for female, like for women, for men. It's interesting.
It is interesting because now the more we talk about it, there's this like tendency to also for no reason to have like some animals by default to take the either feminine or the masculine version. And then based on that, you're going to use the swear word as well. Because if you think about it in English, there's not a lot of like very prototypical, like you don't use like a prototypical feminine form for the tiger. Like you can say, you don't say tigress, you don't say tiger, but like in Serbian, because we have that, we can, for some reason, we use like half feminine and half masculine version. So, and then also out of coincidence, it can be just that, kokoška is feminine. So if you say you're such a...
Wait, what is kokoška?
Oh, sorry, chicken.
Chicken, yes, okay.
Yeah.
I was not sure.
So chicken, and then you can say, and it doesn't mean when you say kokoška, chicken, doesn't mean you're like scared. It actually means you're so like mean, or like mean, stupid, mean, like it can be something like that. You're such a mean person.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, let's have a little dialogue.
Yeah.
Right? And then we finish it up. And so I will ask you, what do you think of people in Zrenjanin? They are cow what? Like which animals can describe them better?
I'll just use the examples that we use from here so that we don't have new information. But so I'm not quite sure that this is going to be true 100%. So people don't get angry.
Personal.
Yeah, not personal.
Opinions, feelings.
Another thing that I also wanted to tell you, in case you haven't seen the script, is that when we say people from a city, we actually have usually specific names for them. So it was really difficult for me to say ljudi iz Kruševca, ljudi iz Zrenjanina, which you can say that, but or građani Kruševca, građani. We actually use specific words. I wrote it down.
That's good.
In
that's
there.
beautiful.
Okay.
So you start then.
Okay. Maki, what do you think of people in Kruševac, which would be Maki? Šta misliš o Kruševljanima?
Kruševljanima.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult. It's a long one, but yeah.
Okay. And I want to say, I think they're strong as a horse and faithful as a dog. And then I will ask you, how about people in Zrenjanin? So, mislim da su jaki kao konji I verni kao psi.
Oh, that's difficult.
It's not pus anymore. It's psi.
Si.
And for people in Zrenjanin, Zrenjaninci.
Zrenjaninci, yeah. Another thing is that in English you wrote down they're strong as a horse, but in Serbian we usually use plural. Jaki kao konji, right? Konji. Konji instead of konj. If you want to say for plural.
And dog is also plural, that's why it's psi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote down people from Zrenjanin are angry as a lynx and cuddly like a cat. Okay. Zrenjaninci su ljuti kao risevi I umiljati kao mačke.
Okay. As we gave the meanings, let's do it only in Serbian one more time.
Okay. Maki, šta misliš o Kruševljanima?
Mislim da su jaki kao konji i verni kao psi. A Zrenjaninci?
Zrenjaninci su ljuti kao risevi i umiljati kao mačke.
Okay. I hope those people will like the descriptions for them. But...
Yeah. I'll probably use something different from Zrenjaninci, but it's just like what we had right now. So I was like, I'm going to spice it up.
Zrenjanin people are kind of, I don't know, different. They are both angry and cuddly. So.
Yeah, they're very tame, very slow. Not that slow, but actually they don't have such a temperament.
This is what people say here for royal people.
Yeah.
They are very quiet. They're always calm.
They're very satisfied with whatever they have, and just enjoy whatever. They have their time, take their time. But my dad is like that. He's just like happy with whatever, he's very tame. He never enters a conflict. Very, very non-confrontational people. Yeah.
Okay. That was it. I hope everybody enjoyed this. So check our Instagram to see like the details and our webpage. Everything, all the links that we have are now on our Instagram bio. So
exactly. Thank you for that. Okay.
Of course.
Приятно.
Приятно. Vidimo se.